Hey, Scotchy Bourbon Boys fans, this is Alan Bishop, Indiana's alchemist of the Black Forest. So I'm tuning in here today to tell you all about the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute channel on YouTube. If you're at all interested in the art of distilling, whether it be home distilling or professional distilling, and the intense geekery that goes into that process, then check out the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute on YouTube. I promise you're going to learn something you didn't know before about the arts.
This is Alan Bishop, head alchemist at Spirits of French Lick. Be on the lookout for a brand new bottled and bond Solomon Scott rye whiskey, made from a mash composed of 65% rye, 35% corn, and 5% victory malt. This 5-year-old 100 proof rye whiskey is a throwback to early 1800s style rye whiskeys of the Ohio Valley. Named after the legendary Daisy Spring Mill distillery owner turned moonshiner Solomon Scott of Paoli, Indiana. Remember, drink responsibly and never drink and drive.
Sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
All right. Yeah, hey.
Woo!
I was going to wonder how you're going to do that with something in each hand.
Yeah, that was quick, right? Anyways.
That's what she said.
Yeah, or I have practice. Anyways, welcome everybody to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, but this is also Whiskey and Tiny's rapid tasting. Right? Yeah, whiskey. I got that right. So
you said rapid tasting, yeah.
Rapid tasting.
Yeah, rapid tasting.
You know, we are here. The whole idea of this is to get this through. Tonight, you're going to read.
We're going to pound
what we're doing. I mean, he's going to put on the readers. We've got the different distillers on each side. Hopefully, he can read that, or
there we go.
He's going to use a light and everything.
This is so much information.
This is unique. So he's going to give you. It's George Dickel and Leopold Brothers collaboration. And when I saw this in Iowa when we picked it up, I just had to pick it up and try it. So there it is. And he's going to give you some information on it right away going in.
They put so much information on this label. It's crazy.
Well, it is. It's pretty nuts.
So this whiskey revives the lost tradition of blending heavy-bodied rye whiskeys produced on a 3-chamber still with lighter column still rye whiskeys to create a balanced, richly complex, and versatile spirit. Versatile. Well, what are you going to do with it besides drink it?
It's versatile.
I guess it's versatile. I guess you could rub it on your corns.
Yeah, it's
this marriage of Leopold Brothers 3-chamber rye and Cascade Hollow's own rye whiskey turns back the hands of time. So it's kind of like daylight savings. Returning to an era that saw these blends served at bars and saloons throughout America, both straight and in cocktails. And then the Dickel side comes with Nicole Austin has broken new ground at every career turn from her early days creating distilling industry trends in Brooklyn, that'd be in New York.
Yep.
To her adventures co-founding 2 craft spirit trade organizations to winning global accolades. Global.
Yeah.
Global accolades.
That means she's expanded out.
For her first release as general manager and distiller at Cascade Hollow. The Cascade Hollow component of this blend is a never-before-released traditional column still rye that expresses a vibrant, fruity character. So it's a lot like you.
Vibrant and fruity.
That's right. And then the other piece of this here is A 2020 James Beard Award nominee, Todd Leopold is one of the most respected and acclaimed pioneers in American whiskey. Over his 25-year career, he has revived a number of pre-Prohibition spirits previously lost to the pages of history using old world techniques and heritage grains. This 3-chamber rye resurrects one such lost style with a unique floral and chocolate character. So we've got flowers, chocolate, and fruit. That sounds like everything you need for a funeral.
Flowers, chocolate, and fruit?
Yeah.
Or Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Guess you can tell where I am in my relationship status, huh?
There you go.
There you go. This is 100 proof. Let's see, it's Leopold Brothers with their 3-chamber still. George Dickel with the column still. There is no age statement. I don't think there's an age statement. Nope, it's signed by both.
The top is signed. It's really kind of cool. I was trying to see on the top if it actually actually is signed.
I don't
think so, but I couldn't tell. I couldn't make it out. But let's get into this spirit. One thing about Todd Leopold that you were reading, he basically
thank you.
Pulled off and made that 3-chamber still. And Leopold Brothers is out of Colorado. They do a lot of things. Just smell already how much that just comes. It just when
kind of jumps out of the bottle.
Yeah, there was no doubt though. This has been opened. I've tasted it. It has a flavor to it that's unique. But we're gonna get into it right away. The Scotchy, our rapid tasting scales are based off of 100 scale, 25 for nose, 25 for body, 25 for taste, and 25 for finish. We are going to go at it right now. So there's a lot of fruit. I get a little bit of cherry. I get a little bit of citrus.
The color is a little bit on the lighter side, but the nose is definitely big. Yeah.
Nice, and I get that little bit of cherry, and I get just a little bit of citrus, but then I also pull in a little bit of like an ale, like a beer, like there's a beer yeast, a yeasty aspect of it.
So you're getting like a little bit of the hops,
but but I don't get. I'm not getting rye.
Yeah, no. This actually smells more like a really young bourbon.
This, to me, is complex on how much is there. I like it. All right, here we go. Wow. That's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on right there.
It starts off and you think it's gonna punch you with some chocolate, and then that goes away. Then it goes to cherry, and it's like the finish. It doesn't. The hug.
It's a rye. It finishes like a rye.
Yeah, there's a little bit of
the spiciness, but it's not overbearing.
Oh right, but you're not even. And then there's like some apricot. I mean, it's crazy what all that goes on. Did we say the proof on this?
100.
100 proof. That drinks more like a barrel straight. God.
I'm almost getting like a watered down pomegranate.
Okay.
It's weird.
There's a lot of different things. I can taste. All I'm going to say is it's very unique. And so what you get with that 3-chambered pot still, which a lot of people have said they've done, but really the Leopold brothers are the only ones that have actually pulled it off where they're using all the chambers. You can make 3 chambers on your pot still, but you don't technically. You might not use them all. It's a skill. There's a reason why there's not a lot of 3-chambered pot stills out there. So this is, and then you're combining it with her So you could tell there's an aspect of finesse to it also. That's very soft, but then you got the spice. So there's a lot. It's complex.
How do you think this compares to George Dickel by itself? Because Dickel's a shelfer in a lot of places.
Yeah, but George Dickel is similar to... No, George Dickel is a lot more... What would you say? It's not complex. It's more one level. When you drink George Dickel, you're getting that flavor, which is fairly good on their bourbons and their Tennessee whiskeys. But there is a definite Dickel, what would you say, flavor profile.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't have it. I can't taste Dickel.
You're going to hate what I'm about to say.
What?
You know what this kind of reminds me of?
Dickel.
Pot still. Willet pot still. That fruitiness, that floral.
I don't know what you're getting.
But it's... I mean, that's what I get when I drink a Willet pot still. I get fruitiness.
Wait a second. Here, I'll even say it. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Except
for this is good.
No, this is what you'd want the pot still to actually taste like.
Yeah,
because that goes funky as shit, and everybody calls it the Willet Funk, but I don't mind it. I think it's unique, and I like the bottle, and I would drink it. I mean, it's a bourbon, and I enjoy the Willet pot still, and I like Rowan Creek, and I like Noah Hill.
Noah's Mill.
Noah's Mill. Thank you. And but this is them and then some.
This is like somebody took that.
Ooh, I'm getting like cinnamon apple now. I just picked up a cinnamon apple note on the finish, like all of a sudden out of nowhere. It was like I cooked an apple and put cinnamon in and just
wrapped it in foil, a little butter, and put it on the fire.
There you go. But I don't know if I got the butter, but I got the cinnamon apple. That's cool that it comes out like about. I love it when a whiskey does that.
It changes as it warms up.
Well, no, at the end you're like think you're done, and all of a sudden vanilla pudding or apple cinnamon. You know what I mean? It's just like it does that. Some do that, not all.
I know where you can get a pudding pop.
Okay. Anyways, I'm not going there. All right. So there you go.
The nose is definitely opening up more as it warms.
Yeah.
As it sits in the glass for a little bit. I've been rolling mine a little bit.
Now I'm picking up a lot of apple. All of a sudden, the apple aspect on the nose, it's apple. It's like a red apple.
Yeah, I was going to say like a Macintosh.
Yeah.
Not like a Granny Smith or a yellow, which I don't think yellows really smell like anything. But
like I said,
this is...
this second time around is chocolate cinnamon.
So I
turned into a cinnamon bomb.
I definitely get...
Did you get the cinnamon?
So you get more chocolate. For me, that chocolate taste is more malt.
Well, I would say there, but that's exactly like a malted milk. But it starts to come, but that second sip just now is all with the whatever. I got a ton of cinnamon, and the first time there was not that cinnamon.
It definitely settles after the first.
Yeah, and this is a whiskey. Once again, this is what you want in whiskey. When you're drinking and you start, and it's one thing, and as you go through, it becomes another thing. How exciting is that? I mean, how many drinks or anything that does it? So I just think this is a fantastic. Let's start off. You want to give it what do you give it in the nose?
I'm going to give the nose a 22. I really like the nose. It's definitely strong. It's definitely there. You don't have to hunt for it. I mean, this is.
I even pick up on the top like a caramel.
Do you get caramel? So that's the one thing I'm not getting.
Just go on the top of the glass now.
Are you sure that's just not left over or something in your mustache?
I haven't had a caramel lately there, Carl. Whiskey. Anyways, I get just a little bit of something up there, that fantastic...
I still get... it's still a really... I mean, there's a lot of fruit that comes through.
Yeah, all through here. But there's a sweetness in the glass right now that wasn't quite there. Which...
Yeah, it's a 22 to me. I like the nose. I was not sure what to expect. So 22?
I'll give the nose a 21. Let's go to body. Wow.
Yeah, this really is a punch in the mouth.
Holy shit. I mean, I'm going to have to say for 100 proof, I'm giving it a 24.
Really?
For a body of 100, I honestly, it is in my cheeks. I feel it stinging my cheeks. It's on the top of my mouth, underneath my tongue, and the back of my throat.
One little swirl, it's under the tongue.
Yeah, you don't have to chew it to get it.
Yeah,
it's fantastic as far as the body. So I give it a 24.
So the body for me is good. I think I'm gonna go 23.
Okay.
It's again for this being 100 proof.
I mean,
it's drinking like a 110.
Yeah, and it basically has probably one of the equal to one of the biggest bodies I've ever had on a 100 proof. So we're tied because I believe we're both at 40. Let's see, I gave it 21.9. You give it 22, and then
I'm at 45.
And I'm at 45 then. All right, so you go taste. What are you giving it on?
So on the palate, my whole tongue is engaged. I mean, it's not like I'm just getting sugar or salt or sweet. I got a little bit of everything. I got a little bit of that spiciness, almost a little pepper on the very tip of my tongue. I have the sweetness in the mid palate. This, for some reason, is trickling all the way into the back of the mouth. For me, it's not the best tasting that I've ever had.
Oh, right.
But for what it is, I'm gonna give it a 19.
I will give this a taste of 21. I would say that's pretty damn good. I give it a 21. All right.
Yeah.
So then the finish. Now the finish is what I expect in a finish. And I'm going to give the finish a 22.
Are you?
Yep.
So?
I think this finish, what happened with it to all of a sudden pop up the cinnamon apple was about a minute into it is just crazy.
So I like the finish because it's long. I don't have to feel like I have to keep sipping to keep the flavor in my mouth.
You don't?
And the other piece that I like about it is it's a little transformative. The longer you let it go, the different it does bring out different layers of flavor to me. I'm going to give it a 21. I like the finish. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite flavor profile, but I will hand it to the people that blended this. That, I mean, they put something together that when it's done, it's not done.
So you went with 85.
I have an 85.
And I have an 88. So that puts us at 86.5, right?
That's correct, sir.
So
we don't do half numbers. That's an 87.
Well, we do it when you divide it in half. We can't give half numbers, but it's average out 86.5, 87. I'll go with either or. Okay. So there you go, folks. This George Dickel, it's a Tennessee whiskey. We let you know all about how this was made, and it gets high scores from
two people that don't love rye.
Yeah, that as far as a rye goes, and tonight we're going to be covering a couple of them. So, all right, everybody, I'm Whiskey.
You sure are.
I'm Tiny.
How many of you had already?
Yeah,
Jesus.
One. And we are part of the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Remember, www.scotchybourbonboys.com. Check us out on all the major podcast formats, and then also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok. That's going to be taken off in a little bit. I'm kind of done with TikTok.
Are you?
Yeah. It's just too much. There's too much shit flying all around, and I'm just going to kind of back out of that. But anyways, so check us out there, and remember.
So I could go on the Scotchy Bourbon Boys page and start walking up to people and saying, "Hey, I love your car. What do you do for a living?"
Sure. Whatever. Okay.
One of the original TikTokers is
is that really?
Yeah, it's Daniel Mack.
Yeah, I love your
Shout out to Daniel Mack. I
right.
love your stuff.
All right. So, anyways, remember, good rye equals good times and good friends, and get out there and live your life dangerously. Little Steve-O will take us out.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
Dant Crossing, Gethsemane, Kentucky. Timeless hospitality that stirs the spirit. Dant Crossing is a one-of-a-kind destination for unforgettable weddings, memorable corporate events, day trips, and weekend getaways. The pastoral campus is anchored by Log Still Distillery and includes an amphitheater that seats 2,000, a 12-acre lake for fishing and unique lodging options, creating an immersive experience that's rooted in the community and culture of our little slice of Kentucky. More attractions will open soon at Dant Crossing, including our 21,000 square foot distillery, which we will have the ability to produce 15,000 barrels of spirit each year, a network of wooded walking trails, fully functional private train depot, farm-to-table restaurant, and the Legacy, a premier wedding and events venue. Whether you're looking to host an event, book a stay, or reserve a tasting, we're ready to welcome you. Learn more at dantcrossing.com.